the big bucks, I'll be looking at business. Stressed to kill, mama got me up on a written list. But on my tail lines and the seams of my Levis with a steak flicker and Nicki Minaj, where you heard.
Greetings. I thought I would do something just a little bit different today. There's so many great content creators out there doing things to talk to us about one investment fund versus the other, or talking about which, who's getting the best yields, and or whose NAV is holding up better against erosion and that kind of stuff. We got so much great stuff out there, and I've noticed that a lot of us seem to think similarly or have similar things that are on our mind at similar times. But I think mostly just some encouragement that for a lot of us, we know what we're trying to accomplish. We know why we're trying to accomplish it. We know where we're at on that journey. And I also suspect that despite stereotypes, it's not to have a huge mansion and a Ferrari. It's for the freedom that comes from being financially independent, from knowing that no matter what happens, you're not dependent on someone else to decide your worth each month. You can get to a point where you can pursue whatever you want to pursue. And we have access to investment vehicles with some of these funds through whether it's Defiance or Yield Max or Roundhill and others, Neos, that provide opportunities and a return on investment that far surpasses most things that were available to the general population really not that many years ago. And the motivation, I think, because that opportunity exists, it's easier to get motivated about stashing money away, building up that income generation engine, because you no longer have to sit and look at this and go, well, if I just invest in the market, maybe in 30 or 40 years, my couple $100 a month is going to be enough to retire on. There are opportunities now. And again, I can't stress this enough. You do have to be diversified. You do have to be hedged. You absolutely have to be careful still with what you're doing. You have to make sure, I believe, that you're still paying attention to total return, not just some flashy, sparkly, high dividend payment while your underlying investment erodes. But I truly think that for someone who is disciplined in their personal financial situation, so whatever someone's making, if they're disciplined about it and they're keeping their expenses low and willing to sacrifice, maybe having only one or two streaming services instead of 6 or 7 or all of them or whatever, is willing to drive the used Toyota or even a used Lexus, right? We can compromise a little bit. The point I'm trying to get to is that I hope everyone's grateful that we have these opportunities available, these options to invest in available to us now. It makes seeing the light at the end of the tunnel so much easier, and I think it can bring that light so much closer for people who are really serious about achieving their goals and getting where they want to financially. And again, doesn't have to be about a big mansion and a Ferrari or a brand new Corvette. It might just be about earning enough money each month that all the bills are paid and you can throw some gas in the car or in the RV or maybe the boat and go travel, or do whatever you want to do. Maybe it's so that someone can buy their life back from the system so that they can pursue starting up some company. So I think I'll end this with just some words of wisdom I picked up over the years. This is not from me, trust me, but it's always been good to learn and absorb from others. But I heard somebody once say that status is what people have when they don't have any money, and that he'd rather have cash than status. Another one was somebody who once said, you can be anything you want to be, but you first have to be willing to give up what you already are. And maybe lastly, I'll just say, like I said earlier, I think a lot of us we know what our goals are, we know what our time horizon is, what we're trying to accomplish, or what we've accomplished based on those goals previously. Uh, just some encouragement: stick to it, pursue it. Don't get frustrated. Don't get deterred. Yeah, I think one of the horrible tragedies of modern life is that most people will spend the best hours of the best days of the best years of their life trading the moments of that life for income, for the money they need to live. and and most people, not all of us, but most people will do that being completely subject to others telling them what they're worth. In fact, a great quote I remember, again from some wisdom from other people, was that a resume is a license for somebody else to tell you what you're worth the rest of your life. So for those out there that are trying to escape that, trying to make wise decisions, and I think for many who are subscribing to this kind of content, watching the Live Off Dividends Now channel, or watching the Income Architect channel, or tons of these others, um, trying to aggressively get out of the rat race, and trying to do it without stepping on landmines, right? And there are landmines out there. So just some encouragement, um, to anyone that wants to live free from others telling you what you're worth. And I wish everyone the best of luck in those pursuits. And we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming probably with the next video. I think one of the things I'll do next, because I got an email about this, is go through some of the other holdings that I have. There's been a lot of focus on, I think, and there has been on a lot of the channels, on the Round Hill funds, especially XDTE, QDTE, and the new RDTE, because they have been performing well, holding up their NAV. A lot of us have been really excited about them. So it's the new hotness. But there's other stuff out there, and it's important to stay diversified. And I always think it's interesting to find out what other people have some money in. I know I enjoy seeing that kind of thing from others, and hopefully in that sharing, we all end up better off, because we've been exposed to more things, had other perspectives to consider, and it helps us on the journey. So hope everyone is having or has had a fantastic day, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.